Namaste, it's Evelina here. Welcome to this beginner Ashtanga Vinyasa practice. Today we are going to go through a little shorter version of Ashtanga Vinyasa primary series, where I will be also giving you a lot of alignment tips. So this will be suitable even for complete beginners in Ashtanga Vinyasa practice. During the practice, we'll be all the time breathing in the specific way, which is called Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi breath is a deep and steady breath through the nose, although we will be generating the sound coming from the throat. So you can try it out first. Inhale and exhale first through the mouth. And now for Ujjayi, we want to generate the same sound, just with the mouth closed. Inhale, exhale. And now generating the sound on both on the inhalation and also on the exhalation. In this way, we'll be breathing during all the practice. Practice of Ashtanga Vinyasa, we are always starting with the traditional opening and closing mantra. Opening mantra is expression of the gratitude and respect towards all the lineage of the masters who kept the tradition alive until today. And the closing mantra is a prayer of compassion for all the living beings. So let's begin standing upright on the top of your mat, placing your feet parallel to each other, starting with the opening mantra, bringing your palms to the heart center, closing your eyes. You may chant the mantra with me or just listen. Deep inhale, complete exhale, inhaling for Om. Vande Gurunam Charanarvinda Sandarashita Swatma Sukha Vabodha Nishayase Jangalikaya Mane Samsara Hala Hala Mohashantya Abaho Purushakaram Shankachakra Harinam Sahasra Shirasam Swaratam Pranamami Patanjalim. Opening your eyes, standing at the top of your mat in Samastiti, so feet parallel to each other, together or gently separated. Straight body, grounding yourself deeply from the four corners of your feet, engaging your quad muscles, lifting up your pelvic floor, directing the tailbone towards the floor, belly sucked in, shoulders rolled back and down. Taking one deep Ujjayi breath in here. Slow inhale. And complete exhale. Beginning with Surya Namaskara A. Come inhale, hands up, gazing up. Lengthening all your body. Do a exhale, fold forwards. Uttanasana. Treni, inhale, head up, straight spine. Chatwari, exhale, palms underneath the shoulders and step back into plank and then lower to Chaturanga Dandasana. If that's too demanding, you may place the knees on the floor. Pancha, inhale, upward facing dog, chest open, shoulders away from the ears. Shat, exhale, downward facing dog. Lengthening your spine, breathing for 5 breaths. 1. Slow and steady Ujjayi breathing. 2. If you know your spine is curving, then gently bend your knees and lengthen your spine more. 3. Tailbone pulling up, gazing towards the navel. 4. Listening to your own breath. And 5. Sapta, inhale, bend your knees, gazing to the front, step to the front, halfway up. Ashta, exhale, fold. Nava, inhale, going up all the way, lengthening your arms up, and exhale, Samasthiti. Round 2. Come, inhale, hands up, gazing up. Due, exhale, fold. Treni, inhale, head up, straight spine, maybe your knees are bent in here, it's totally okay. Chatwari, exhale, step back to Chaturanga Dandasana, elbows close to the body. Pancha, inhale, upward facing dog, belly sucked in. Shut, exhale, downward facing dog. 1. Spreading your fingers wide, pressing all the surface of the palm to the floor. 2. Slow and steady Ujjayi breathing. 3. Tailbone pulling up, feeling stretch on your back. 4. Feeling stretch in the back of your legs. And 5. Sapta, inhale, bend your knees, gaze to the front, and step to the front, halfway up. Ashta, exhale, fold. Nava, inhale, going up all the way. And exhale, Samasthiti. Round 3, a little faster. Come, inhale, hands up, gazing up. Due, exhale, fold, following your breath with the movement. Treni, inhale, head up, straight spine. Chatwari, exhale, step or jump to Chaturanga Dandasana. Pancha, inhale, upward facing dog, chest open. Shut, exhale, downward facing dog. 5 deep Ujjayi breaths. 1. Lengthening the spine. 2. Remember, if your spine is curving, bend your knees. 3. The main thing in here is to lengthen your spine, and after that to straighten your knees. 4. And 5. Sapta, inhale, bend your knees, gazing front, and gently jump or still step to the front, halfway up. Ashta, exhale, fold. Nava, inhale, going up all the way. And exhale, Samasthiti. 2 more rounds. Come, inhale, hands up, gazing up. Due, exhale, fold. Treni, inhale, head up, straight spine. Chatwari, exhale, step or jump, Chaturanga. Pancha, inhale, upward facing dog, chest open. Shut, exhale, downward facing dog. 1. Rolling shoulders away from the ears, gazing towards the navel. 2. Deep Ujjayi breath. 3. 4. Lengthening your spine, pressing all the surface of the palms to the floor. And 5. Sapta, inhale, bend your knees. Gently jump to the front, halfway up. Ashta, exhale, fold. Nava, inhale, going up all the way. And exhale, Samasthiti. Last round in here. Come, inhale, hands up, gazing up. Due, exhale, fold. Treni, inhale, head up, straight spine. Chatwari, exhale, step or jump back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Pancha, inhale, upward facing dog. Shut, exhale, downward facing dog. 5 Ujjayi breaths. 1. 2, slow and controlled breathing, 3, 4, gazing in the direction of your navel, and 5. Sapta, inhale, bend your knees and jump to the front, halfway up. Ashta, exhale, fold. Nava, inhale, going up all the way, reaching your hands up. And exhale, Samasthiti. Taking one deep Ujjayi breath in here, just to ground yourself back. And beginning with Surya Namaskara, be 3 rounds, keeping your feet together or gently separated but parallel to each other, starting in Utkatasana. Come, inhale, bending your knees and going into the chair pose. Maybe being someone a little higher, maybe lower. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. 3, inhale, head up, opening your chest. And Chatwari, exhale, step or jump, Chaturanga. Pancha, inhale, upward facing dog. Shat, exhale, downward facing dog. Sapta, inhale, bringing your left foot into 45-degree angle, right foot in between your palms, knee above the ankle. Inhale, lifting your hands up into Virabhadrasana A. Ashta, exhale, palms underneath the shoulders, back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Nava, inhale, upward facing dog, chest open. Dasha, exhale, downward facing dog. Ekadasha, inhale, right foot 45 degrees, left foot between the palms, lifting up, keeping your hips squared. Dvadasha, exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Trayodasha, inhale, upward facing dog. Chaturdasha, exhale, downward facing dog. 5 Ujjayi breaths. 1, 2, lifting your tailbone up, lengthening the spine. 3, palms pressed firmly on the floor. 4, and 5. Panchadasha, inhale, bend your knees, jump or step, halfway up. So Dasha, exhale, fold. Saptadasha, inhale, bend your knees into Utkatasana. And exhale, Samasthiti. Round 2. Come, inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, fold. Treni, inhale, head up, straight spine. Chatwari, exhale, step or jump back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Pancha, inhale, upward facing dog. Shat, exhale, downward facing dog. Sapta, inhale, right foot between the palms. Warrior 1, hips squared to the front. Ashta, exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, strong core. Nava, inhale, upward facing dog. Dasha, exhale, downward facing dog. Ekadasha, inhale, left foot between the palms. Warrior 1. Dvadasha, exhale, back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Trayodasha, inhale, upward facing dog. Chaturdasha, exhale, downward facing dog. 1, 2, 3, gazing towards your belly, towards your navel. 4, straight spine, shoulders away from the ears. And 5. Panchadasha, inhale, bending your knees, step or jump forward, halfway up. So Dasha, exhale, fold. Saptadasha, inhale, bend your knees into the chair pose. And exhale, Samasthiti. Last round. Come inhale into the third pose. Exhale, fold. Treni, inhale, head up, straight spine. Chatwari, exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Pancha, inhale, upward facing dog. Shat, exhale, downward facing dog. Sapta, inhale, right foot between the palms. Knee above the ankle, gazing up. Ashta, exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Elbows close to the rib cage. Nava, inhale, upward facing dog. Dasha, exhale, downward facing dog. Ekadasha, inhale, left foot in between the palms. Dvadasha, exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Trayodasha, inhale, upward facing dog. Chaturdasha, exhale, downward facing dog. 1, 2, deep Ujjayi breathing. 3, finding your stillness in here. 4, and last breath, 5. Panchadasha, inhale, bending your knees. Jump to the front, halfway up. Sodasha, exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Saptadasha, inhale, bend your knees into the chair. And exhale, Samasthiti. Moving into the standing sequence. Opening your feet, hip width apart, feet parallel to each other. Inhale, open with your chest. And exhale, folding forward into Padangusthasana, holding your toes with the fistal grip, so your middle and index fingers underneath your big toes. Inhale, opening your chest, straightening your spine, maybe keeping your knees bent in here. And exhale, trying to fold a little deeper, raising your head. 5 breaths in here. 1, 2, sucking your belly deeply in, trying to bring your rib cage towards the thighs. 3, elbows open towards the outside. 4, and 5. Inhale, head up, straight spine. Exhale, Padahastasana, placing the palms underneath your feet. Inhale, looking to the front, again your knees may be bent. And exhale, folding deeper down. 1. Slow and steady breathing. 2, lifting your tailbone up. 3, neck relaxed, shoulders away from the ears. 4, pressing over your palm with your feet. And 5. Inhale, head up, straight spine. Exhale, palms to the hips. Inhale, coming back up all the way. And exhale, Samasthiti. Utthita Trikonasana. Inhale, stepping your right foot back. Opening your legs more or less 1 leg distance. Place directly your right toes to the back of your mat. Left toes 90 degrees or gently inwards. Ensure that your right knee is facing the same direction as your right toes. Hips open. Inhale, lifting your hands up. Exhale, reaching towards the right and then dropping your palm wherever accessible for today. Might be just somewhere on the shin, maybe a little lower, might be holding onto the big toe. However, you don't want to be holding onto the big toe and then sticking your butt to the back. 1. Hold the body in one surface. 2. Keeping your right thigh engaged. 3. Working on opening your chest up towards the sky. 4. and 5. Inhale, coming back up. And exhale, switching the sides. Again, ensuring knees facing the same direction as the toes. Exhaling to the side and then dropping down. As low as possible, as accessible for today. 1. Feeling stretch on the side of your body. 2. 3. Slow and steady Ujjayi breathing, keeping your legs strong. 4. Opening your chest, rolling your ribcage up. And 5. Belly sucked in, inhale, coming back up. And exhale, squaring your hips to the back of the mat. So maybe stepping your left foot gently to the outside towards the edge of the mat in order to square your hips to the front. Inhaling, lifting your left arm up. And exhale, lengthening your spine. Through that lengthening, trying to drop your palm on the outside of your right foot if accessible, otherwise on the inside, or you may also be using a block in here. Right arm extended up toward the sky. 1, 2, 3. Strong belly, suck in. 4. Deep Ujjayi breath. And 5. Inhale, coming back up all the way. And switching the sides. So now squaring your hips to the front of your mat. Holding your back foot, your right foot in 45-degree angle. Inhale, lifting your right arm up, reaching up. And exhale, lengthening, 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 and then dropping your palm down. Inhale, lengthening your left arm up and gazing up towards your left thumb. 1, 2, finding stillness. 3, keeping your spine lengthened. 4, and 5. Inhale, coming back up all the way. And exhale, back to Samasthiti. Parshvakonasana. Inhale, stepping your right leg far away to the back. Now directing your right toes to the back of the mat. Left toes 90 degrees. And in here we'll bend the right knee just above the ankle. So maybe for the first variation you might just keep your forearm on your thigh and stretch your left arm up. However, if that's already accessible, you might try to place your right palm on the outside of your foot. And from here, lengthen on the left side of your body. 1, selecting any variation for yourself. 2, gazing towards your left palm. 3, 4, keeping your left leg strong, engaged without collapsing it down. And 5. Inhale, coming back up all the way. And exhale, switching the sides. So again, taking any variation you are practicing. And stay here for 5 breaths. 1. Ensure that your left knee is just above the ankle, it's not collapsing inwards. 2, 3, deep Ujjayi breath. 4, and 5. Inhale, coming back up. And exhale, squaring your hips again to the back of your mat. And this time dropping your left knee down. I'm just gonna turn so you can see me. And from here, inhale, lifting your left arm up. And exhale by sucking your belly deeply in, twisting as much as possible and placing your palms together in the Namaste. So the distance between the belly and the thigh is minimalized. Maybe staying in here, or maybe if that's accessible, Placing your left palm on the outside of your right foot, and then straightening your back leg 45 degrees and lengthening the right arm. Wherever you are, stay for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, slow and steady breathing, opening your chest up, and 5. Inhale, coming back up all the way, and exhale, switching the sides. So yeah, now your left foot is facing front of the mat, and with the exhalation, dropping your right knee down. Then I'm gonna turn so you can see. Inhale, lifting your right arm up, reaching up. Exhale, sucking your belly deeply in, minimalizing the space between the ribs and the thigh. Maybe palms in Namaste, maybe palm on the floor, lifting the back leg and lengthening the left arm. 1, 2, gazing towards your left thumb. 3, deep Ujjayi breathing. 4, and 5. Inhale, coming back up, and exhale, back to Samasthiti. Prasarita Padottanasana. Inhale, stepping your right foot back, opening your legs more or less 1 leg distance apart, and from here directing your toes gently inwards. Inhale, placing your palms on the hips, opening your chest, and exhale, folding down all the way, placing your palms underneath your shoulders. So from here, distance between your foot and palm, palm and palm, and palm and foot should be equal everywhere. So don't open your legs too wide in here. Inhale, straightening your spine and opening your chest. And on the exhalation, folding deeply down, trying to bring the crown of the head towards the floor. 1, slow and steady Ujjayi breathing. 2, belly sucked in. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, head up, straight spine. Exhale, palms to the hips. Inhale, coming back all the way. And exhale, back to Samasthiti. Pashvottanasana. For Pashvottanasana, we need to place the palms at the back together in the Namaste. If that's not accessible for you for today, you may just hold onto your elbows. So selecting any variation, maybe holding palms in Namaste, maybe holding the elbows. And inhale, stepping your right foot back, squaring your hips to the back of your mat. Inhale, lengthening your spine, opening your chest. And exhale, slowly folding forward. 1, gazing towards your big toe. 2, belly sucked in, spine lengthened. 3, if palms in Namaste, trying to hold your wrists together. 4, and 5. Inhale, coming back up, and exhale, squaring your hips to the front of your mat. So again, maybe maintaining the corridor between your legs, maybe stepping your right foot gently to the outside of the mat to square your hips properly. Inhale, opening the chest. Exhale, folding deeply down. 1, 2, slow and steady Ujjayi breath. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, coming back up, opening your arms. And exhale, back to Samasthiti. Uttita Hasta Padangusthasana. For that posture, you might need a strap. So if you need a strap, just grab it and you can use it for yourself to support. So if you're using the strap, you may place the strap on the base of your foot and then holding the strap with one arm only. Bending your right leg, lifting up and balancing here. So you really want to ground four corners of your foot on the floor, keeping your pelvic floor lifted and your belly deeply in. Inhale, straightening your right leg. If you're not using the strap, then just holding onto the big toe. 1. Gazing into one point in front of you. 2. Slow and steady Ujjayi breath. 3. 4. Rolling your right shoulder back. And 5. Inhale, opening your chest. And exhale, opening your right leg to the right side and gazing left. Again, maybe you're using the strap, or maybe you may just keep your knee bent and open your right leg with your knee bent. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, coming back to the center. And exhale, pointing your toes, leaving your leg up. Your leg up. 2. Toes pointed, strong belly, strong thigh. 3, 4. Deep Ujjayi breath. And 5. Exhale, releasing the leg down. Bringing the body weight to your right leg. Again, maybe using a strap if you need. Or you may also lift your leg up and just hold the knee bent if that's still challenging for balance, or placing the palm somewhere on the wall. Otherwise, holding onto the big toe, pistol grip. And inhale, straightening the left leg. 1, 2, deep Ujjayi breath, belly suck in, eyes focus on one point. 4, all these elements are necessary to find a balance. And 5, deeply inhaling, opening your chest. Now on the exhalation, opening your leg to the left side and gazing right. 1, again, maybe using your strap, maybe keeping the knee bent. 2, 3, slow and steady Ujjayi. 4, and 5. Inhale, back to the center. Then exhale, releasing your leg and pointing your toes. 1, 2, belly suck in, ensure you're not leaning backward in here. 3, 4, keeping your right leg firmly grounded. And 5, exhale, releasing down. Finding yourself back in Samasthiti. And just taking one deep Ujjayi breath in here. And exhaling completely. And come inhale, hands up, gazing up. Do a exhale, fold. Then inhale, head up, straight spine. Chatwari exhale, step or jump back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Pancha, inhale, upward facing dog. Shat, exhale, downward facing dog. Sapta, inhale, bending your knees and jumping front into Utkatasana, chair pose. Thank you for 5 breaths. Ensure you're not leaning too much to the front with your knees and that you're not over forcing your lower back in here. So belly suck in, lower back flat. 2, Gazing towards your fingers if possible. 3, however, if that's too hard for your neck, just gazing front. 4, and 5. Exhale, folding forward into Uttanasana. Inhale, opening your chest. And exhale again, jumping or stepping into Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bringing your right foot between the palms into Warrior One. So again, back foot 45 degrees, hips square to the front. Hands up. 1, 2, if possible, bending your knee just above the ankle. 3, 4, shoulders away from the ears. And 5. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, switching the direction. 1, 2, keeping your hips squared. 3, ensure that the left knee is not collapsing inwards. 4, and 5. From here, exhale, opening your arms and opening your right foot towards the 90 degrees for Warrior 2. Gazing towards your left fingers. 1, hips open towards the long edge of the mat. 2, 3, knee just above the ankle. 4, arms lengthened. And 5. Inhale, lifting up, switching the sides on the exhalation. 1, 2, deep Ujjayi breath. 3, 4, and 5. On the exhalation, palms underneath the shoulders. Stepping your right foot back. And exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bending your knees. And this time we'll just step to the front. One leg, then the other. Crossing them and then sitting. And straightening the legs in front of you for Dandasana. So in here we will be having certain options for jump back and jump through. That's the option number 1, just stepping. Placing your glutes, rolling your glutes to the back. Ensure that you're sitting on your sitting bones. Placing the palms on either side of your hips. Lengthening your spine, opening your chest. If your spine is not straight in here, then just gently bend your knees, allowing your hips to roll more to the back. Toes pointing up. And exhale, dropping your chin close to the chest. 1. Gazing into the direction of the nose. 2. Slow and steady breath. 3, legs engaged, spine straight. 4, and 5. Inhale, lifting your arms up, opening your chest. Exhale, folding forward while lengthening your spine and holding on the big toes, fistal grip. If that's not accessible, just placing your palms on the shins. On the inhalation, lengthening your spine and opening your chest. And on the exhalation, folding deeper down, sucking your belly deeply in. 1, gazing towards your big toes. 2, placing the base of your foot towards the front. 3, rolling your hips back and lengthening the spine. 4, belly sucked in. And 5. Inhale, straightening your spine, opening your chest. And exhale, placing your palms on top of your feet. Inhale, straightening more. And exhale, folding deeper down. So again in here also, first the rib cage, first your belly is reaching towards the thighs. 2, and after that your chest. Your head is going down only if all the body is already on your thighs. 4, you don't want to be folding in that way. And 5. Inhale, straightening your spine, opening your chest. Exhaling here. Inhale, placing your palms on either side of your thighs. And now, lifting your legs up, crossing them, bringing them close to the chest. Placing the toes on the mat, lifting your butt back, up, and then stepping, one leg at a time to the back. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now maybe stepping like before, or maybe jumping to the front with the crossed legs. So for jump, bending your knees, gazing front, belly sucked in, inhale, and exhale, just half jump. Lowering your butt down, straightening the legs for Purvattanasana. Placing your palms on either side of the hips, dropping the elbow down, and then placing your palms right where the elbows were. Feet together, toes pointed. Inhale, lifting your hips up. Staying here for 5 breaths. If that's too much, you may just go to the tabletop. So keeping your feet hip-width apart, lifting up. 3, 4, directing your toes towards the floor. And 5. Exhale, slowly lowering your hips down. Placing your palms on either side of the thighs. Inhale, lifting your legs up. This time lifting a little up. Placing your feet and walking back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bending your knees, stepping or jumping. Halfway, straightening the legs. For Janu Shirshasana. Janu Shirshasana, first we'll be bending the right leg, placing your inner foot, the base of your foot on your inner thigh. And in here again, rolling your glutes. Ensure that your hips are squared. Heel is close to the perineum. Left leg lengthened. Inhale, lengthening your spine, holding onto your foot if possible, or just placing your palms on either side of the leg. Ideally holding onto your left wrist. And on the exhalation, sucking your body deeply in and folding deeper down. 1, 2, slow and steady breath. 3, gazing towards your big toe. 4, and 5. Inhale, straightening your spine, opening the chest. Exhaling here. And inhale, lifting up. This time we'll just cross the legs, lift up, and land back down to switch the sides. Now placing your left foot on your right inner thigh. Again, rolling your glutes back. Inhale, opening your chest anywhere you are for today. And exhale, folding deeper down. 1, slow and steady breath. 2, gazing towards the big toe. 3, belly sucked in, spine lengthened. 4, and 5. Inhale, opening your chest. Exhaling here. And inhale, lifting up. This time to jump back. So maybe just lifting up, again walking, and then jumping, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bending your knees, and this time let's try to jump through. And exhale, lowering down. Marikshasana A. For Marikshasana A, first we will be bending our right leg, keeping a space between your inner thigh and your inner foot. Squaring the hips to the front. From here, first inhale, lengthening your spine, opening your chest by reaching your right arm up. And exhale, reaching your right arm as far away as possible. And binding your arm around, if accessible, holding onto your left wrist. With the inhalation, opening your chest. And with the exhalation, folding down as deeply as possible for today. 1. Slow and steady breath. 2. Gazing towards the big toe. 3. Deep Ujjayi. 4. And 5. Inhale, opening your chest. Exhaling here. And inhale, unrolling your arms. And again, only just lifting gently up. Coming back down and switching the sides. Straightening your right leg. Left leg bent and keeping the space between inner foot and inner thigh. On the inhalation, lifting your left arm up, reaching up. And on the exhalation, leaning forward, lengthening the side of your body. And then clasping your hands together, ideally holding onto the right wrist. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, folding down. 1. Deep breath. 2. Staying fully present with your practice. 3. With your breath, with your body. 4. And 5. Inhale, opening the chest. Exhaling here. And inhale, releasing your arms. Lifting up. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step or jump through to seated for Marikshasana C. And for this posture, also, you may use the towel if you need, or if you have shorts. Otherwise, with the leggings is easier. Placing your right foot close to your glute. And again, keeping that space between the inner foot and inner thigh. So more or less hip width apart as well in here. Glutes rolled back. On the inhalation, lifting your left arm up. And on exhalation, trying to twist as much as possible. So maybe helping yourself with your right arm, pushing the right leg towards the left side and trying to bring your armpit basically towards the outer thigh. Twisting from here, or if that's possible, then binding your arms around in here. And in here, if you are sliding, you may just place the towel on your knee and then binding your arms together, ideally holding onto the right wrist. Inhale and exhale for 5 times. 2, gazing back. 3, pushing your right leg towards the right side so you can get a deeper twist. 4, left leg active. And 5, inhale, looking to the front. Exhale, releasing. Preparing to just lift up on the inhalation. Exhale, lowering down. And in here, just opening your chest one time. And releasing. Switching the sides. Right leg straight. Left heel towards the glutes, leaving the space between inner foot and inner thigh. On the inhalation, lifting your right arm up. And on the exhalation, twisting. So again, maybe just staying in here. Or if that's accessible, binding your arms around. Maybe just holding onto the fingers, or maybe grabbing onto the wrist. 1, 2, 3, deep Ujjayi breath, gazing back. 4, pushing left leg towards the left side. And 5, inhale, gazing front. Exhale, releasing slowly. Inhale, maybe this time crossing your legs and placing your palms to the front, lifting up and jumping back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, inhale, bending your knees, maybe jumping halfway, lowering down, and placing your legs straight into Navasana, bow pose. So in here, you may just keep your knees bent if you feel that too demanding for your lower back. Keeping your belly deeply sucked in, we're gonna stay here for 5 breaths. Let's say that's 2, 3, belly deeply sucked in. 4, if accessible, straightening the legs. And 5, crossing your legs, bringing them close to the chest, placing the palms on the sides, lifting up and lowering down. Second round. 1, any variation you have. 2, keeping your knees together, toes pointed. 3, belly sucked in. 4, and 5. Again, crossing the legs, bringing them close to the chest, and lifting up, lowering back down. Last round for today. 5 breaths. 1, slow and steady breath. 2, keeping the knees together, toes pointed. 3, belly sucked in. 4, and 5. Crossing the legs, lifting up, and stepping or jumping back to Chaturanga. Inhale, opening your chest in upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees and step or jump through. Exhale, lowering down. From here, moving for Baddha Konasana. So just placing your feet together, bringing your heels close to the groin, and opening your feet like a book. So just opening them towards the outside, keeping the outer edges of your foot together in that way. And with the inhalation, opening your chest, and exhale, slowly folding down as deeply as possible for today. Thank you for 5 deep Ujjayi breaths. 1, 2, aiming to reach your chin down towards the floor. 3, wherever you are today, it's alright. 4, allowing your body to open step by step, day by day. And 5, inhale, lifting up, and exhale, slowly releasing your legs. Just crossing them and again lifting up, landing back down, and moving into Upavishta Konasana. So opening your legs wide in here, rolling your glutes back. Ensure that you're sitting on the sitting bones and that your spine is straight. Maybe if that's already demanding, you may just stay in here and work on straightening your spine. Or if your spine is straight, placing your palms inwards. Or if that's accessible, we'll hold onto the outside of the feet. Inhale, straightening the spine, opening your chest. And exhale, folding deeper down. Wherever you are, just going one step deeper. 5 breaths. 1, dilating your chest and chin towards the mat. 2, 3, slow and deep breath. 4, without fighting with your body, just allowing it to open slowly. And 5. Inhale, straightening your spine, opening your chest. Exhaling here. And inhale, coming back up. Exhale, crossing your legs. Bringing heels close to the groin. Palms on the sides of the thighs. And then just lifting up. Stepping or jumping back into Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bending your knees and again stepping or jumping through to seated. And from here, we'll move down to the mat. Laying down on your back. Just taking one deep Ujjayi breath in here. Slowly in. And completely out. We're moving to Setu Bandhasana, bridge pose. For that posture, bringing your heels close to your glutes, keeping your feet hip width apart. Keeping your feet parallel to each other. And now holding onto your ankles. On the inhalation, lifting your hips up. Maybe clasping your fingers together, interlocking them, and pushing your palms towards the floor. 2, slow and steady Ujjayi breath. Ensure you're not opening your knees too wide in here. 3, pushing your hips up. 4, and 5. Exhale, slowly lowering down. Taking a little moment in here to release your lower back. We'll move to practice of Urdhva Dhanurasana, so full wheel pose. However, if that previous back bend, Setu Bandhasana, was already enough for you, you may just practice it one more time for the time of Urdhva Dhanurasana. If you are ready for the full wheel, then placing your feet on either side and placing your feet close to your glutes, parallel to each other. And then placing your palms on either side of the head. With the inhalation, lifting all the way up. 1. Ensure that your toes are not running outside. 2. 3. Trying to straighten the elbows. 4. And 5. Exhale, chin to the chest and slowly lower down. Taking a little rest in here. And we will repeat it again. The same practice. Feet parallel to each other. Ensure toes are not running away outwards. They are parallel. Palms on your side of the head. And with the next inhalation, lifting up. 5 breaths. 1. Maybe now lifting your toes to your heels and then walking your palms towards the feet. 2. 3. 4. Opening the chest. And 5. Exhale. Slowly lowering down. Preparing for the last final round. You may still practice the bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana before that, if you're not feeling ready for the deeper back bend. Feet parallel to each other. Maximum hip width apart. Palms on the side of the head. Fingers wide open. And getting ready for the last 5 breaths in full wheel. Inhale, lifting up. 1. Trying to straighten the elbows, pushing your chest towards the palms. 2, 3, trying to straighten the knees more. 4 and 5. Exhale, slowly lowering all the way down. And taking a little moment in here, sucking your belly in and placing your lower back on the mat. Deep breathing in and out. Placing your knees close to the chest. Taking a little moment. And then on the inhalation, we'll roll up and jump back into Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. In the next inhalation, bending your knees, stepping or jumping through Paschimottanasana, forward fold. So again, ensuring your glutes are rolled back. Inhale, opening your chest, reaching or towards the shins or towards the toes. And exhale, slowly folding deeper down. 5 breaths. 1. Belly deeply sucked in, releasing any tension from the back. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Inhale, head up towards spine. Exhaling here. Inhale, lifting up and jumping back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step or jump through. And exhale, lower down to laying for the finishing sequence. Laying down, all the body straight. Deep Ujjayi breath in and out. Moving into Sarvangasana, shoulder stand. So first of all, do not move the head while you are in the shoulder stand. Keep your head still to keep your neck safe. Inhale, lifting your legs up. Supporting yourself with the palms, maybe first keeping your knees bent and then walking your elbows towards each other and slowly straightening the legs all the way. Trying to bring your palms towards the shoulder blades so you can really form that one straight line from all the body. 1, toes pointed. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just a reminder about inversions to avoid them on the menstruation days. 7 and 8. Exhale, slowly lowering your legs down to Halasana, supporting your lower back with your palms all the time, all the way down until your feet will touch the floor. And only if your feet are on the floor, then pointing your toes and releasing your hands from the lower back by interlocking your fingers, clasping your wrists together, and then straightening your arms down on the mat. 1, 2, if your legs are somewhere in the air, then supporting yourself all the time with the palms on the back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Moving to Karnapidasana. So on exhalation, bending your knees on either side of your head. And now, if that's accessible, we would like to aim the knees towards the floor and then placing the palms on your ears from the inner part of your knees. Wherever is accessible, staying here for 8 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, feet together, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Inhale, unrolling yourself a little bit, placing your palms on the lower back. And from here, we are going to go to Urdhva Padmasana. So placing your feet in lotus, if that's accessible. Maybe helping yourself a little bit with your hands. Or otherwise, if that's not accessible for you for today, just sending your body down already for the fish pose. If this is accessible for today, then try to balance in here and then placing your palms on your knees. Straight arms and just gently touching the knees. 2, slow and steady breath. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. On the exhalation, this time we'll lower already down into Matsyasana, fish pose. So you may do that posture with your feet in lotus and placing top of the head on the mat, holding onto your feet. Otherwise, if lotus is not accessible, you may do it with the crossed legs, then palms on your inner thighs, or straightening your legs and pointing the toes. Wherever accessible for today, staying here for 8 breaths. 2, chest open. 3, breathing into your chest. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Slowly releasing your legs and lifting your head up, helping with the elbows, and then slowly laying down. Taking a little moment in here to settle down. And now getting ready to sit up again. Bending your knees and rolling up, jumping or stepping back into Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Releasing your knees down for practice of Shirshasana, headstand. For the headstand, first of all, we want to bring our elbows right underneath the shoulders. So to take that measurement, you might just grab onto your biceps and squeeze it. From here, we'll place the Elbows on the floor, light underneath the shoulders. Interlocking your fingers, clasping them together. Squeezing your elbows towards each other. So you really want to engage all the muscles of your arm to go into that posture. Placing very top of your head on the mat. If you're not sure where is top of the head, first just place the palm on your forehead and then there where your thumb is, where your middle finger is touching, that's exactly top of the head, and that's the spot which we want to have on the mat. Placing top of the head on the mat. Remember to not pressurize with the head too much, use more of your arms and just a little percentage of the body weight is on the head. Lifting your legs up. Maybe just staying in here for today and working on really bringing more weight towards the arms than towards the head if you feel any pressure in the neck. Ensure you're not collapsing with your shoulders like that. Your shoulder stays pushed backwards. If that's easy, then walking forward, maybe lifting one knee to the chest, staying here for a few breaths. Maybe practicing that first. Or if that's accessible, bringing both knees. Maybe staying in halfway. Or if that's possible, going up all the way. Wherever you are, let's hold that today for 10 breaths. 1. Slow and steady Ujjayi breath. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. With the exhalation, first bring your hips to the back to counterbalance your weight and bending your knees maybe. Then slowly straightening the legs and releasing down. Taking a little rest in the child pose. Releasing your arms down on the sides of your body. And just allowing the blood to come back from your head down to the body. Slow and steady breath. And inhale, slowly lifting your head up. Exhale into Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bending your knees, stepping or jumping through to seated. Taking full lotus or half lotus. So that's half lotus, only one leg up. That's full lotus. Or you may also simply sit with your legs crossed, if that's enough for you for today. Now, if your right leg was down first, then bringing your left arm around first and holding onto the big toe. So opposite hand towards the arm. And then the other arm. Yoga Mudra. Inhale, opening your chest. And exhale, folding deeper down. 1. 2. 3. Directing the chin towards the mat. 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, coming back up all the way. And exhale, releasing your hands. Placing your palms in the chin mudra. Index fingers and thumbs together. Inhale, opening your chest. And exhale, bringing your chin towards the chest. Gazing in the direction of the tip of your nose. Very slow, very deep Ujjayi breath. 1. Keeping your eye gaze steady on the tip of the nose. 2. Hearing your own breath. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. And 8. Inhale, coming back up with your head, placing your palms on either side of the thighs and lifting up for Utplutihi, only for 5 breaths today. Gazing up, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, slowly lowering down. Good job. Lifting up and jumping back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bending your knees. Jumping to the front, halfway lift. Exhale, falling forward, Uttanasana. And inhale, coming back up all the way. Exhale, Samastiti. And begin Samastiti for our closing mantra. Closing your eyes, taking a deep breath in. Breathing out completely. Bringing the palms to the heart center. Inhaling for Om and for closing mantra. Swasti prajabhyaha paripalayantam nyayena margana mahim mahishaha go brahmanibhyaha shivamastu nityam lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Inhale, hands up, gazing up. Doer, exhale, fold. Then inhale, head up, straight spine. Chatwari, exhale. Chaturanga Dandasana. Vajra, inhale, upward facing dog. shut, exhale, downward facing dog. Sapta, inhale, bending your knees, jumping through, and exhale, laying down in Shavasana. Taking as much rest as you need in here. Maybe just closing the video now. Opening your arms to the sides, opening your legs to the sides, and taking rest, allowing all the tensions to leave your body. Slowly bringing awareness back to your body. Taking a couple of deep breaths. Continue moving in any way you feel like. And whenever you're ready, rolling to any side. And making your way up to seated. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.